Welcome back, everybody, to the BD1P Binding of Isaac modded series. Today we have a very special preview for you all. We have the team compliance version of Edith. The mod devs have let me have a gracious early look at the character, and they want you guys to know as well, a lot of stuff is going to be changing with them. It's not the final version at all, kind of just like a playtesting version. But so far, out of all the versions of Edith on the workshop, in my opinion, this is my favorite version. I think it's got the most unique flair to it for sure. Seed, by the way, is going to be YH30ARTQ. The main gimmick of any Edith is like the teleportation thing. And the way this version works is you have a salt shaker up here. Enemies will always target the shaker instead of you, and it will always apply the fear effect based on the creep on the ground, and you can teleport between you and the shaker by hitting the right trigger, or I think it's the control button on keyboard. I'm a controller player, I apologize, but you can shoot as normal and things like that. You take damage as normal, but enemies will always follow the shaker, as you can see, which makes some rooms easy and some rooms pretty difficult as well. You have a pretty terrible range stat, which personally I think should be buffed a little bit. I did do a test run before this recording, and I fought Littlehorn for about 3 minutes, and I think that the main reason was that my range was so bad I could never hit that boss because he moves around so often. But either way, that's one minor flaw. I don't think I need to use that. This is a Hangman card, correct? Okay, watch this though. I can fly over here now. I can pop this bad boy open and get a Tears upgrade right off the bat. Wonderful. What was this card again? Okay, I'll do you one better.
Jack of Spades.
I wanted to see if I could like buffer that damage, but I can't. I can go over here now though and open up this golden chest and get a wisp and a couple of pennies there. Not too bad whatsoever. We'll do that, and we'll keep moving on here. But again, I really enjoy this version of the character. I think the fear effect is pretty genius to keep enemies from just like targeting an unmoving player. I think the telefrag, you can telefrag as well. I'm going to do that in a minute here, but I'm not fighting a creep-based enemy. But I think a lot of the ways they kind of, I got to get in here with my tears though. A lot of the ways they kind of help you with dealing with a lot of tougher enemies as a pretty underpowered character is very, very nice. I can telefrag here, almost. It was a long walk over to here, I guess. But I think, you know, first impressions, I played it a couple times before as well. I think the range is a little bit too low, which is why I might not be able to take piercing shots here. Get this thing away. So that, though, they target you a little bit when you're the closest player, I guess. But the range down would suck. However, Spectral Tears and Piercing, it might have been a bad play there. I think it'll mostly be fine because our range was already so bad, like how much worse can it get sort of deal. But I think a range upgrade would be nice. And I get the reason why the range is low is to prevent you from just like, you know, standing back in every situation and just firing from afar, because your shots do have a little bit of homing on them. But generally speaking, I think it only leads to like scenarios where you're just a little bit frustrated. You're never like really trying to cheese. You're just in situations where cheese is not allowed, and it makes just dealing with the regular enemies just as difficult. But it's a minor gripe. Everything else about the character I found is pretty satisfactory, and Spectral Tears as well. Will let us hide behind rocks against enemies like this that shoot and deal some extra damage that way. But again, the mod is not out yet. They don't really have a pending release date either. Once they are satisfied with the character and they release it as this and the tainted variant, you'll know because I'll post a video probably covering that tainted version as well, so you guys can know the mod is out for you guys to try as well. But again, big thanks to Team Compliance for letting me try out this character early and give my thoughts to my wonderful viewer base. I cannot go over that gap, sadly. What I wanted to talk about today, though, to disregard, you know, the character's description, are musicals, weirdly enough. I'm not a musical guy. I'll be the first to tell you. I've seen a couple of musicals. I've seen some in person. I've watched some movies, but I'm not a huge musical person. I always found them to be, okay, great, thank you for the Eternal Fly right there. I've always found them to be kind of annoying, in a sense, like, just the concept of Hamilton has always annoyed me. Like, I don't know what it is, because I'm sure it's a fine musical, but like, with it being as popular as it is, I've always found like just the fandom for that one to turn me away from musicals in general. It made me think that all musical fandoms are like that, which is not the case. I actually grew up in high school to start liking musicals a bit more, and I dodged that because I'm actually a legend. And it warmed up to me. I warmed up to them a lot. I found one of my favorites to be Les Mis. I watched the movie and I watched the play in person. My high school put that performance on, I think my freshman year. And then I also saw Moby Dick at a neighboring school that my friends were part of. And apparently Moby Dick is a musical. I didn't know they made the book into a musical, but hey, you know, I'm happy to be wrong about that kind of stuff. I just do this. It's not doing a lot of damage. Okay, lead him right here. So my tears hit him too. Like right here. Now I can deal some big boy damage. There we go. But I had no idea that it was... Oh, it almost hit me right there. It was a musical. I thought Moby Dick was just a story, but you know what? I guess I was wrong. Either way, I found them pretty fun to watch in person. Now, I have seen a couple of other musicals like in movie format. I saw The Greatest Showman, which was pretty bad. I don't know if it's just me or if it was just like that was the consensus around everybody, but I thought The Greatest Showman was a little bit lackluster. I thought the vocals were pretty dry and just like boring. Hugh Jackman was fine in the movie, and like the effects were just fine, and the story was okay. But I think with musicals, the story is like maybe the most important thing about them. And when the story is just okay and the songs aren't like that memorable, the musical itself just kind of starts to suck a little bit. If you're a fan of this musical, by the way, I'm not trying to ruin your day by shitting on The Greatest Showman, but I found it to be, you know, like just, it's like if a high schooler wrote a musical. You know, it can be okay, but there's not a lot of overall depth to it. Also, Bumbo here, one of the rare times I think I'll actually take Bumbo. Get that dime, son. Level 2, here we go. But they never really clicked with me. And while I did really enjoy Les Mis, it's not really one of my, like, you know, big favorite things I've ever seen in my entire life. It's just a musical that I enjoy if the topic of musicals come up. But, and big but here, huge ass, just gigantic, ginormous. My girlfriend Desi wanted me to watch a movie with her recently. Oh, that's a lot of spiders right there, my friend. I don't want to be here anymore. And the movie was called Phantom of the Opera. And I was expecting to kind of just like, you know, moderately enjoy it. Nothing too special, and just kind of like, oh, it's a fun little musical to watch. Okay, I'm stupid. I'm very, very dumb. I ended up... Bumbo, can you do something? Like, what did I pick you up for? Just to sit here and just chill? I ended up really liking Phantom of the Opera. I thought they had quite a few bangers. Nothing like super memorable besides the main theme, you know, the da, like that, the whole like organ thing. That was pretty memorable. But the songs themselves, they were bangers, but they weren't like sticking in my head forever. The reprises though were pretty good when they, you know, like referred back to, oh, you opened that up, you jerk. Do this. Get them over here and get them all with one shot. Oh, these are the ghost guys. Get out of there. These guys suck. Major. Okay? Yeah, fire at that, not at me. I appreciate that a lot. But the reprises were very clever and really well done, I think, and, you know, made for some good emotional moments. And just like I think the premise of the musical is what really, like, hooked me in. Like, it's a musical that's, you know, about musicals. It's a little bit meta, which I'm not a huge fan of meta stuff, but I thought it was done really well in there. And the idea that this is, you know, this ghost haunting this musical, and it led to like a bunch of, you know, like Folktown horror type stuff. You know, it's just a guy at the end of the day. You don't really know what he is. He's got some kind of like magical properties. He's just teleporting around. He's, you know, has his own little castle beneath the waves. He's definitely, you know, magical to some degree, but but you don't really get a hankering on that. It's just like you understand that he's supposed to be magical. And he's supposed to be kind of like this ethereal figure who is still mortal. Like, you can still take him down, you can still win against him, but you know, he's not your average dude. And I think that paired well with the love story they were trying to tell. It's a girl kind of being pulled between two worlds. The world she's grown to know through, you know, living at this theater. And why did I do that? Why am I thinking like this? And the world that this other guy can promise her. It's really interesting. The side characters, there's not too much to say there. There's a couple of funny ones. I think the guy who played was it Don Juan? I thought he was pretty funny as a character, but like, you know, you don't really get too much screen time with him. It's mostly dedicated to your three main guys: the Phantom, the love interest, and the main girl. What am I doing? You have spectral tears as well. So what I should do, actually, you shot me there. Okay. What do I do? I think Fiendfolio is making this character super difficult because the first floor enemies and bosses are not very well balanced in the mod. Anything I can get in here that's gonna make me not die on floor 2? Anything? I don't know what this is. It's not HP, I can tell you that much. We can just hope and pray we don't die. I've done that before and it's worked out in my favor quite well. Please? Oh, great. Okay. Might have a couple of issues here. Might have just a few. Honestly, it's easier to fight these ghost guys with Edith than like any base game or Fiendfolio character, so I gotta appreciate that. Can I break these? I cannot. Watch this, though. You see that? I see them. I see the ghosts. Okay, I think they're gone for good. I don't think those guys come back. As long as you die and I can live through the boss fight, which might be easier said than done, we can get HP. Maybe even a nice little devil deal here and there. Can I maybe get like a super secret room? I got one. HP maybe? Okay. We can try and use this card. How did I skip these two rooms? I curse the maze? Curse the maze. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, that is not what I wanted to find. But it's here either way, so just take it. Can I just like... Oh, I can't fly. But I can bounce off the skull. Hold on, watch this. No, I can't bounce off the skulls. Okay, so not compatible with Fiendfolio host heads. That's unfortunate because I really wanted to get that thing, but I don't want to risk getting hit by one and then dying. My last kind of Hello Mary play here was going to be to find a secret room. Would it be like right here? This looks about right, I think. There we go. Can I get HP? Bombs. We're able to use these. I think if we can maybe level up Bumbo by going in here. Oh, you can't reach that. Okay, it's fine. Let's just go bomb these so we can get some extra money for Bumbo potentially. And then, well, okay, yeah, you don't drop money sometimes. I forgot about that. Let's go in here. Pop this. I don't know what you're doing. It will periodically cancel your AI. And my range is a little bit too awful to be able to hit you. But if Bumbo wants to do his job for once in his goddamn life, we can maybe reach a point where we can damage the boss. It's going to come down to a lot of... I think telefragging and just using the creep in general. I don't think we have any other way to really get in there safely right now without using just the creep to damage. Okay. That wasn't like we're getting damage off when he runs through Bumbo. he takes a lot, or I guess she. I don't know Pin's canon Binding of Isaac gender, but if we just play it safe here, we can make. This is the hardest I've played Isaac in a while. Like usually I'll just die at this point. Like whatever, I'm dead, whatever. But like now at this point, I kind of want to just win. I'm tired of losing. Yeah, target that salt shaker, you fool. There we go. Right in the Bumbo. Don't charge me. Good. We won. And we get HP. The run's still on. Don't worry about that. I know we've bettered this floor for a while, but probably my fault for taking all that range. Don't be Krampus. No HP. So we leave, and I think we leave for good. Bumbo might carry this run. I think the character's a little bit too slow, and I think giving them more range helps that a lot. Or making the salt shaker creep deal more damage could do that too. Definitely falls under the category of a challenge character right now, I think. Which, I don't play a lot of challenge characters. I was one of the only YouTubers to never play Sodom and Gomorrah for a video, because I found them just like not... They're supposed to be hard, but I found them difficult to a degree where like I just wasn't having fun. So I decided to not play them on camera, which I think is a fine choice. I don't gotta play every single guy that releases in the Binding of Isaac. That would be absurd. If that was the point, I'd be playing a lot of just like, made this character for my friend. He's Isaac, but he starts with Polyphemus and Godhead, which I don't know if I would be able to keep my sanity. Oh, Bumbo's full level. Let's go, dude. That dime in the first floor, crushed. I don't know if my sanity would stay intact for that long. To be perfectly frank with you, I might go insane very quickly. But I didn't play a lot of Sodom and Gomorrah. It's one of the reasons I didn't really play a lot of the Edith characters too. Is like, well, you know, I see them all as challenge characters, but this version has a lot of depth to them, which makes me really enjoy the challenge of it, even if it is a bit grindy in the early game here. I kind of enjoy that a small amount. I'll be getting a lot of steamrolly runs. It's fun to watch me suffer for a bit too. I think from a viewing perspective especially, but I teleported there, I promise you. I just wish I had more range. I think that negating the range for the player is not a good way to stop like just regular cheese. I think, can I go in here for free? Yo, panic button. You can D-level Bumbo? Oh no. I felt bad for him there. Genuinely. And Bumbo is like one of my least favorite items in the entire game. He's 100% my least favorite familiar in the entire game. But I felt like pain for him there almost. Wow, I gotta reevaluate. Oh, that's huge. How I feel about Bumbo. Get me down here. No more host hat jumping, please. Oh, what is this? Oh, grants a black card on use. But my damage I'll be taking is doubled. It's a 3-room charge. We can probably manage this. I might just not cut this video as well, because I think if I'm going to be showing off a character early for the mod devs, I should probably not cut out the parts where I struggle, because that's part of the experience. It's part of, you know, knowing what to change about the character and all that. And again, I'm guessing once that was a lot of damage, I might just die instantly. That's pretty good though. But again, I think too. Wait, I take a full 2 hearts of damage there? Shouldn't I have only taken 1 heart of damage? Or was it like a full damaging tier that hit me? Or a champion? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna die in 1 hit now though, because we are at double damage, which means that 1 heart is, well, it'll immediately ruin us. So I'm gonna rely on Bumbo in this room. But I think after the video goes out for this character, I think we'll see a range buff. I feel it in my bones right now. But anyways, going back to our musical discussion, I thought it was really, really good. I'm a sucker for movies like that have like a really mysterious, you know, like masked character. I like that kind of stuff. I really, really do. It might just be me, but like that kind of like cheesy mystique has always appealed. Oh, that's not very good. Has always kind of just appealed to me. Like I like that kind of stuff. You know, in a hopefully a non like, you know, Discord main character kind of way. I enjoy the idea behind it, and when it's done, like Zoro and stuff like that, a mysterious character. Whenever I play Skyrim, I always wear one of the Dragon Priest masks. It conceals your face, and I feel so much cooler. I'm like, yeah, nobody in this world knows who I am. I'm simply just here to protect them. I'm an unknown person. It's cool. It's the whole like secret identity stuff. It's why superheroes are pretty cool. It's why I like when they, you know, part of their character is like, I have to maintain secrecy. Can this guy stop running? Like, what is your deal? Do you ever stand still? Yeah, get against the wall there, sucker. It's why I love like when there's an arc of a character's story where it's like, you know, somebody knows who I am. What am I gonna do? I watched an episode of Batman recently, where Hugo Strange figures out that Bruce Wayne is Batman, and Batman has to, oh, that was stupid of me. Batman has to convince him that he's not, you know, Bruce Wayne before he auctions off his, like, identity to the rest of the villains. It was a really, really funny episode where they had Dick Grayson play Batman so Hugo would see, wait a minute, how can Bruce and Batman be in the same place at the same time? He must have, like, fooled me somehow. It's a very cute way of doing things. Also HP, we are hanging on by a thread. Like we keep getting down to like one hit to death and then being brought all the way back up. It's a little bit scary. I need damage and I need tier rate. Or we're gonna start pacifying rooms here. Would I upgrade Bumbo? Ah, I can't upgrade Bumbo. I feel like he'd be an easy one to figure out an upgrade for though. Like, the bombs he drops won't hurt you anymore. Like, something like that. It wouldn't be that hard to figure out. But the sewing machine mod's got enough. We're fine without it. But I like that kind of stuff. I like mysterious people whose, like, you know, identity and motives may not be fully known until the end of, like, the rising action or the climax. Or even the falling action occasionally has got what the villain's motives were in it. And it's cool. And that kind of mystique, I think, really brings a lot to a character. And the fact that the Phantom is, like, only half masked, it's such a cool little character trait to have, I think, that I really did enjoy it. I don't know if it's better than Les Mis or not. I'm jury's still out on that for me. I think Les Mis is a more compelling story. And I really think that it is, like, peak musical. But I could see myself changing my mind fairly quickly. What is going on? Just spam it. They just died. They immediately died. Maybe Bumbo is my savior in that regard. I don't think I want oil creep. Okay, hit the chest. Okay, it's a golden troll bomb. I want to get HP if I can from these. So far, it's not... Okay, there's some HP. If we don't get hit again, we did manage to break even in here. Actually, you know what, dude? I'll take Pound of Flesh. I don't mind. Then what about this? I'm out of here. Okay, let's leave this room. We don't need to be in here. We got a lot of HP from that. I'm feeling pretty satisfied. I will take adoption papers still, because we can then spend our HP in the shops to get familiars, which I think could, if we get like Little Steven or like a Mongo baby situation, Little Brim, I could see it benefiting us pretty well. But the jury's still out on if I like it better than Les Mis or not. I just don't really have an attachment to musicals. I don't think I've ever had one that's like truly been like, wow, I want to, you know, surround myself with all this kind of paraphernalia about this thing. I haven't had that moment with it yet, which I think is just due to me not wanting to interact with musicals a ton, because I'm sure if I watched more, I'd find one that I really, really like, am a diehard fan of. But I've heard from a lot of people that Les Mis is like peak. Like, I think it's Footloose and Les Mis, or it's like decidedly the peak of musicals. So the fact that like Les Mis I think is great, but nothing for me to personally be invested in, I think it just kind of speaks that I wouldn't really enjoy just the genre in general. Which, again, nothing wrong with that. If you like them, more power to you. But if you like Hamilton, less power to you. I feel like everybody, well, I would say 80% of kids at my school went through a Hamilton phase, and I would say out of that 80%, like 20% never left it, and we're probably ostracized a lot for that reason. I'm sure Hamilton's a great musical, but how did the fandom for it get so bad? It's just about like a bunch of guys from history. Like what I want to, if you guys in the comments know, what about Hamilton drove like middle school, high school girls insane? Like, is it Lin-Manuel Miranda? It can't be him, I'll tell you that much. What was the driving factor for people to like it so much? Because I really want to know like what I'm missing out on in that regard. Because Desi went through a Hamilton phase when she was like in middle school, maybe even high school too, I don't know. But I really, for my own curiosity's sake, I have to figure out what the hell the Hamilton obsession is. Because I've seen some pretty funny posts about how, you know, terrible the fandom is or whatever. You don't do contact damage, right? Yeah, thank you. But I'm laughing along without you ass, Bumbo, you ass. Without understanding the joke. That's huge. Double charge right here, I think. Boom. Another couple of black hearts for us. Lovely. Doesn't work with us. We could take it to get Gemini occasionally, but I would love to have actually a permanent... Gemini would be huge. I feel like Gemini is like the #1 familiar to get right now. That and Little Brimstone. Or Robo Baby for the infinite range. And just need a range. Is all I need. You give me more range, we prosper. But I've seen some funny jokes about like fan art of Hamilton characters or just our real life people. And like they somehow interpret the fan art characters as like wildly different than their real life counterparts. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that Hamilton is based on a real story that genuinely happened. It's about presidents, right? Who are you? Rock Bottomfly? Bedbug. I don't think you're worth 3 hearts to me. If I'm being honest. I would say the shot speed thing I would have paid more for than Bedbug right now. I don't want to have like orbitals. I don't need orbitals. If they go around my salt shaker, I might want to test that actually. Real quick. Cube of meat. They do not, so I can just remove cube of meat. If it went around my salt shaker, I would have probably definitely taken an orbital, though that might have been a little bit OP. I gotta just put my shaker next to an enemy and been like entirely fine for the entirety of whatever room I'm inside of. Oh, it's a ghost man again. You're done though. These guys look pretty brutal. Are these Fiendfolio? Are these like new? I know the mod like just updated. I've never seen these boys before. They might just be new. But I don't like it's based on a real story. It's a dramatization or whatever that word I'm trying to say is of like what really happened. So when I see a bunch of like fan art of like Thomas Jefferson, I'm like, what are you doing? Okay, hold on. Kill now, pop. You did not dodge because you're terrible. Awesome. Another devil deal. I do want this money. Nope. You are the worst, Bumbo. I can't even pick up money with you around. Give me a half price thing. Okay, gotta time this. Oh, it's on the... I was like, why isn't the shadow appearing? It was on the salt shaker the entire time. My bad. Oh, give us a charge for our book. We can keep going on down. This might be a long video. This might be one of my longer Isaac ones for sure. Because this character, a little tiny bit slow, I would say. I think there's got to be a way to make this character a bit faster. I think just giving me a range would have made the first floor go by like several minutes quicker. But that is a decision the devs will have to make if they want to give the character more range or not. From a gameplay perspective, I think it makes sense why they wouldn't, but it also makes a lot more sense to keep the character having range to avoid situations where you you can't deal any damage. Can I telefrag you? I can, kind of, a little bit. Or make telefrags just deal more damage, because they don't really do a lot right now. But if they dealt more damage, I think the range adjustment would make a little bit more sense. Don't go. Is that guy gonna explode? What is he doing? He's getting heated down there. I'm watching him. Is he shooting out stuff? I had no idea what that man was doing. All right, well, we broke even there. Get a bomb down. Oh, Bumbo dropped me a soul heart, and that rock did as well. We are somehow at max HP. You know, for only having base game damage and tier rate, and only really having piercing shots, which haven't done a lot for us, we're kind of balling. We also take double damage, mind you, right now. So, like, to be at full HP, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Maybe I'm just a god tier Edith player. I never even knew it until today because I never played like a single other Edith variant on camera. Hello, Bumbo. Your smiley face. We're also, I guess, kind of just like skipping a lot of stuff though. So we didn't even get a... Oh, we got Book of Sin. That was our item last floor. What are you doing? Don't drop it. Go away. You have to die. Thank you. If you triple tap, do you drop stuff now? Oh, I didn't even know that. Apparently, if you triple tap your control button, you just drop the thing instantly. I thought you had to hold it down for that to happen. You'll learn something new about the Binding of Isaac every day. I'm playing this game for what, nearly like 3,500 hours, something like that? I mean, I'm still figuring stuff out. That's the mark of a detailed game right there, brother. That is the mark of a game you can sink 3,500 hours into and not know everything about. A specific example I know, but it makes sense. Can you just die? Like in a situation like this, from spending so much time moving to my salt shaker, I can't really hit moving enemies. That was the issue I had with Littlehorn. I think you had to make the teleportation quicker, because by the time I got to Littlehorn in my test run, he was already gone. And that made the fight last about 6 or 7 minutes long. It was a long one. I think more range, I think teleportation time has to be brought up by a lot. Maybe your speed value affects that. I haven't gotten any speed ups though. I'm just having a bum run, I think, is the issue. Hey, you know what, dude? What does this one do again? Don't know. I think I'll do it. I think it could be fun to have tears going like towards me. All right. Well, also enemies apparently. And I missed the... You know what? The bomb can stay there. I'm not going to be using bombs for combat anyways. That'd be way too dangerous. But I think, weirdly enough, it may not be the best guy we could have gotten. I think it'll still be a good guy, though. How am I going to manage to hit you without getting hit? There we go. That wasn't that bad, actually. Pop this. I'm going to definitely go back for the key, though, once that bomb disappears. All right. And the key is across the room. Thank you. Is this Mom? No. We're not that far into the... Oh, great. Fiendfolio boss means we might perish. Although it is chasing the salt shaker. If I can keep Bumbo on this man. What am I doing? Why? I thought he was going to charge a little bit earlier than that, but I guess I was wrong. Oh, you shoot fire. Okay. I haven't fought you since the gauntlet, I think, so I don't really know what you do. And it might lead to my demise. Halfway done, though. Better than our first floor boss at this point, I'll tell you that much. Oh, it was a bomb? Get him? Dude, that was huge. That was the best Bumbo play I've ever seen. Okay, come over here. Target this thing. Let Bumbo deal his bomb damage to you. Lovely. Look at this. It's a slow combo, but it is working out quite well. He's dash dancing on me. You're gonna die. You know that, right? You're not winning this. Well, Flea of Pollution has appeared in the basement. Flea of Propaganda. Flea Circus. Okay. Corn Kernel. It's another orbital. It's not really going to do a ton for me. Half-priced item in here. Why are you costing me HP? Blood of Satan. Always costs 1 soul heart. I think we have to. It's part... We need damage, like, desperately, and it's also part Leviathan. I wish I could afford Maw of the Void, but it doesn't look very likely. Pick this back up. I'm just going to keep going down. I know we're skipping the item room, but a planetarium, depending on the item, could make or break... I'm quick for a minute there. Could make or break the run. Mercurius. Venus would be literally just like the best thing to get ever. I don't think any item room item besides like a big range or speed up is necessarily going to do anything for me right now. Yes, it could give us damage, but with our range being so bad, it's not going to solve the core issue of this run. So I think I'd rather hedge my bets on getting a planetarium with a game-changing item than most likely getting something that's not influential at all. A great spawning point for these boys, though. Maybe? Yeah, I won that room. Get out of here. Also, I mean, we already saw the shop on that floor, which is kind of what I was interested in. I think, honestly, babies are going to be, or I should say familiars are going to be pretty vital. Just for them, a couple of them having, like, infinite range attacks. That I'm really going to need. Okay, you did not get telefrag there, exactly. Beautiful dodge. You can kill that. I'll take on this dip, Bumbo. We'll divide and conquer. We can work together in this world. We've had our differences in the past. You know, you bombing and killing Merm in the 30-character run that almost cost us the entire thing. We've had our differences. I'm going to be the first to admit that. But you've been pulling your own on this. Kind of maybe like buffer this. What do you think? No, I cannot. Well, I tried my best, huh?
Experimental pill.
That is like the last thing I wanted to have happen. Experimental pill into range down. Can't say I'm very stoked about that one. Where's the door? Thank you. We have less range to work with. Which has put us at, what's our range value? 2.9? I don't know if I've seen range below 3 in Repentance. Okay, hold on. Bumbo just saved me from a hit there and also found me a goddamn secret room. This guy is the best familiar of all time. Oh. You know what? I want this money. You can have one, I guess. Spawns 2 cards. All right, here we go.
Pot of greed.
Joker and unlocks every chest in the room. Really, I need more money. I guess I can go find... That's Mom. If I find the shop, I can get more money. I would have loved to have Maw of the Void. That would have shaped up my run last floor. I would have... I shouldn't have taken Pound of Flesh. I should not have taken... Pound of Flesh with adoption papers is a net loss, pretty much. So if I wouldn't have taken that, I could have afforded Maw of the Void. You know what, dude? Screw this. And been in a better place. I'm going to fight Blue Mom with this damage. And you're all going to watch me. Okay. Not the best start to the fight. I can't even hit her from like a tile away. Keep the Salt Shaker away from you. Okay, I got... this door is not going to open. There we go. Get away from that spider. Oh, get out of that way too. We might die here. Couple of bad hits and we're taking full heart damage right now. Just stay focused. That was a really, really, really good way to get damage done. Bumbo, thank you. You're not really doing a lot in this fight, but you've been doing a lot in the run, so I really can't fault you. Maybe you're just tired. I saw that hand coming. That's why I moved. This guy, dude, I have no damage. I've gotten 0.6 the entire run. Well, I did a lot of damage there. Can't see behind me right now. Good. Watch out for that guy. Bumbo, thank you. We got in devil deals quite frequently, though. I guess we got to go negative for the damage. We're going into the next chapter, next floor, and that's going to be a little bit brutal. Of course, the baby spawns in here. I don't have any money for it. That's my own fault. I'm rushing this, but that's fine. I feel like nothing we can get at this point is going to save what we're going through. More money could have given us a little brim, but at this point, like, what's it going to do? It doesn't have homing on it. It's going to have range, but little brim can't just win you the entire run. We can do this, though. Get out of there real quick. Is that respawned as Fiend upon death? that feels a bit disingenuous to take right now. We would probably still lose if we took it anyways, so let's just accept our fate as Edith. We could still find a way to win the run. If you wanted to go, I could do a big brain strategy, and I think I will, to get a victory. A hollow victory, but still a victory. I'm guessing most of you can tell what I'm going to be doing on this run, but if we can still win with stats these bad, the run was the problem and not the character, besides maybe the range. But if we can take home a victory with stats like these, then I think it was mostly an issue with just how the run decided to give us items. I think it was an issue with, you know, one of our pretty much only substantial DPS upgraders from the negative on chapter 6. We've been living with double damage pretty well for not having any stats, really. At the very least, I'm proud of us for that. Okay, it is the wrong way here. I kind of wish you could put bombs down where the salt shaker was. Because I could run through a couple of rooms like that, I think. But if we find, like, Gnawed Leaf, Bumbo takes it. It's going to be an hour-plus run. I hope you guys are strapped in for another long one. I know we've had 2 long Isaac runs back-to-back here, but it's important that I keep this run unedited, I think, to prove that I have the Edith skill. Okay. I thought I was going to go further with that, but I guess my speed was too low. It's fine. We have an Immortal Heart. I don't know what Immortal Hearts do, but we have it. How come this guy has range that crosses the entire room, and he's a body double of me? How does that make any sense? I've got range that crosses half a tile. Wait, Immortal Hearts refill when the room is over. That means that we essentially, if we only get hit once in a room, we have infinite HP. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you're saying there's a chance we can win this? I can stop my losing streak. Why did I go in? I know you spawn stuff. I can save my losing streak of like 6 losses. Well, it was only -1, but I've been losing a lot recently. I mean, if we can do it, I would feel bad if I didn't at least try. That was a dumb hit. I am getting a little bit antsy of like, oh my god, game, how have you not given me... Okay, we lost the Immortal Heart, but how has the game not given me anything? I did skip 2 item rooms, but still, between like... I think Maw of the Void was the only potential like DPS we could have gotten so far. It's my fault for skipping rooms. It is. But even still, I think with our current stats, it was the right thing to do. Because that was still a full heart damage. Okay. Full heart damage floor last floor. So, you get hit in a room, you lose a whole heart, you get hit in 2 rooms in a row, you're going to be down HP. Like, it's... I think the strategy was just to run and gun. Okay, I don't even know what you are. That was my first time seeing you. Part of the issue is Fiendfolio enemies and not knowing what they do yet. Oh. Healing auras. Alright. I guess I can go through enemies like that. Is that what the telefragging as this character is? You want to go through stuff? Kind of. I think it's just the creep dealing damage at that point, though. Yeah, we're not really doing a lot. Bumbo's doing more than I'm doing right now. Of course, I gotta kill you by the end of this room. Oh, there's 2 more of you, huh? Gee, Billy. This certainly is a video game room. Yeah, that was nice. That was a good dodge. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. HP is looking a bit iffy. I should be trying to focus on killing the pick up alive cards when I see them, because if those can spawn me an Emperor card, cutting out a whole floor, okay, we are definitely not living this run anymore. We're taking 2 hearts per hit. We have 2 hits, and then we're dead. But if that was to happen, bypassing an entire floor, hey man. Okay. There's a bomb and also creep right there. Just kill him. This guy spawns like 6 different enemies upon death. He died himself, spawned a new enemy, then that guy died and spawned 4 Globins. Ah, Soul Heart. We're still dead in 1 hit. What? Why is there a boss? Is this a boss? Oh, it's just baby Gemini, huh? Bumbo, kill this idiot fool. Yeah, I'm playing safe. We get a harder to beat in the room. We get our 1 hit protection back till we beat this boss. Okay, you're dead. You guys gonna stop shooting? You don't stop shooting. Okay, here we go. Honestly, the best boss we could have gotten. So we can at least consistently hit you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're alive. Hanging on by a thread still. Got our first luck upgrade, though. It's a range upgrade, too. So we can shoot a little bit further, I guess. Don't know what that's going to do for us here. Watch this. You call them wrong sometimes, all right? Here's what I'm going to be doing from here on out. I can't see my map right now. But I'm going to be leaving these rooms. All right, we chose the wrong way. You know what? Watch this. Any more doors around here? Because we can just kind of like be invincible. Right? I don't have the power to beat these rooms in time. So I'm going to say we're going left. You hit me in the... Okay, they hit me in the middle of my transportation. Not cool. Please.
Clairvoyance.
That lets us see, like, if we had a curse, which we didn't have a curse, so I don't know what the point of that was on a run like this. Please. It's not what I wanted to see. Money for Bumbo. Thank you for the key. Oh, hey, a golden chest. More money for Bumbo. Get those 2. Anything. Okay. The bomb is nice. We can use that to clear out more rooms. Don't be the wrong way, please. It's the wrong way. Have I ever chosen right on the womb floors? Has this ever been like hey, look at me. I'm making good choices in my life? I don't think so. Goodbye. And there isn't a door up. So I guess you just want to use your last bomb to go into here, huh? Hoping for like a bit of a shortcut. But I'm not that lucky. I don't know what you do. Fuck me up. Don't downgrade my Bumbo. It's an Immortal Heart? Okay. Copper Bomb? Alright. I mean, I knew it was a possibility. I knew that could happen. But I wasn't prepared for it to happen so soon. We can go into here and get HP. Guys, the run isn't over. Damage and range. Like the 2 things I need. You know what, dude? Just send me off with a good time at least. I wouldn't call the Gurglings a good time. But at least they're easy bosses. When I'm creep, I'm on creep, I'm on creep. Get me out of here. I don't know how I am living. It's the bloat. Nope. Nope. Stop it. Oh my god. Okay. We somehow beat a boss rush wave on chapter 6. Or, this is chapter 5, I think. I don't know. Either way, Bumbo. I almost just died to Bumbo. This Mad Hatter of a familiar. We somehow beat that to get damage and range, which are like the two most important stats we could have gotten. No tear. We get a tears up on this run? I don't think we got it. We got soap and our first 2 items were tears ups. Don't be a fool. Help me. Get out of there. You can live 1 hit now successfully. We are still holding on. We are still holding on. Despite skipping 2 item rooms, having less than what I would want for modded Isaac stats, you know, etc., taking double damage on every room since like floor 3, 2 maybe even. I don't remember we got this item. We have managed to still hold on. That's impressive. If anything, that speaks more about how this character can be good than anything I could have shown on a good run. Like, that just shows this character isn't bad, the run is bad, and the character is actually very good if you can use them properly, which I would like to think that I am using them properly. I see a tinted rock, and my mind went quiet. Bumbo. I'm gonna need you to help me over here, and not... Can you kill the enemy that's actively shooting at me? And not the ones that are gonna spawn more enemies. Thank you. That copper bomb. It could have ended me. I'm almost there. There's a chance. Another tinted rock right there too. There is a chance we can bring this home. We're at an hour, and this is our first hour-long Isaac run since I started editing down the videos. And it's a run that earns that honor. Okay, thank you for that. So we can use it over here. I'm not going to sacrifice, by the way. I don't have the means to do that. I'm going to do something else a little bit cheap. It's going to give us a hollow victory, but a victory nonetheless. Okay. You know what? Sue me? But I'm quite happy to see this. If I can actually, you know, have it. There we go. It's a very precise hitbox right there. But I'm happy to see that. At the very least, it might reduce us taking some damage. With Corn Current, we have 3 orbitals right now. We should realistically not be taking shot damage. Oh my god, I didn't even register the barrel behind him. I don't know why I just stood there and let that happen. I don't know why. I'm about as knowledgeable as you guys were on that play. You guys probably knew more than my brain knew. Okay, I can actually use the sack dagger by teleporting through enemies. So there are some, like, I can do this, watch. That is not a bad strategy whatsoever. We're finally getting some wares here. This should be the boss fight. I was gonna say that a second ago. Watch this call. Oh, I was actually so close to calling that out. Good sack dagger. Get away from there. Bumbo, you absolute tool. Okay, thank you. Here we go. Good. She got me there. That's fine. Bumbo, you can do all the work for me. I don't know why I went. I'm going to do my sack dagger play. Not bad. If I can block some shots with the Guardian Angel going through there, I can get an Eternal Heart by the end of this fight. There's one. See? It's not all bad. Another Eternal Heart. Doesn't really do much for us, but here's my play. We have the negative, we go Cathedral. we won't lose the run. It'll give us a win. So it's a valid strategy here. I would not be mad if somebody like pulled this out on me. I think this is a valid strategy. I can't move. I can't do anything, actually. Now I can move. I think there was something interesting going on in that room. That spider almost like snuck through. I get this, you think? Close enough. That spider almost snuck through and ended my whole career. I think we can maybe, like, there is a chance we could have won going dark room with like pound of flesh and those red chests, but not a very likely one. Get your sack dagger placed. I couldn't move any further than that. I was stuck. That wasn't my fault, dude. My cursor would not move. We probably die here then. Realistically speaking, with the way I'm playing right now, that guy just respawned and then despawned. We're 2 hits away. And more than 2 rooms away. Of course, dude. Okay. I teleported. I was... okay. We beat him. We got the miter. Of all items, we got miter. This is just a joke at this point. I'm gonna die to a fire. What's happening in this room? He spawned 3 of them on death. And that one spawned 2. That's a 5 enemy. Okay. Dude, we won. We beat this room. Actually, it couldn't have been there. I don't know what I was doing. I just wasted. Oh, there's Polties in here. Very epic. I am hanging on by a thread right now, man. There's a good chance if we beat this room that we'll get a miter heart and as well as a black heart and be once again back up to 2 hits from death. Not even down. We're getting up to 2 hits from death. Okay, can you stop shooting? I think you're very like... okay, you respawned. Bumbo, you deal with this boo-boo fool. I'm not going near him. I'll do that, though. Good damage right there. Get him, Bumbo. Okay, you're getting your ankles broken a little bit. Didn't really mean to go this way. Without at least saying hello. He died. Did not get a miter heart, but we are still 1 hit from death. But we learned something in that room. That Bumbo is still useless. What's happening? What's going on? I really have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. I'm supposed to kill this guy. I get that much. He respawned. All right. Well, we made it to Cathedral in an hour. I think the character needs a range buff. I think range would have solved a lot on that run. I think me not skipping items would have also solved a lot on that run. But from what we did get from Devil Deals and everything else, I mean, it was not your stand-up run. If you want to go back on that seed and see what was in those rooms for me with my mod pack on, you're welcome to. Actually, we could do that right now. Hold on. If I just did rewind and I went stage 6. And is 13 the stars? No. Stars is... actually, I don't even know what stars. Is it 2? 3? Has to be K1 or K0 maybe. Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, Strength. Oh, it's K18. My bad. we were here. That would have made our range worse, correct? 20% range down. Before we got our other, so if we remove Mom's pearls, this would have been our range. And if we go, I think it was the floor previous. Yeah, floor previous, or no, so that's not what I wanted to do. I want to do GK 18 and then stage 5.
The stars.
Okay, this would have been good to have. This would have definitely done something good. It chases down enemies, I believe. Right? Oh, you only kind of. That beam is nice, though. It's not doing a lot of damage. That would have been good to have, though, I admit. So we missed out on one good item there, but hey. It happened. If you enjoyed the character, they'll be out eventually, hopefully. I shouldn't say hopefully, but maybe they'll have a range change. Hopefully, I would hope that much at least. But if you enjoyed the run of my commentary, a like and a comment goes a long way for a small channel like mine. In the meantime, though, I've been BD1P. Peace out and goodbye.